Hey everybody, today I am going to test another Orfeld juicer, and this was a great deal on Amazon. I probably lucked out in a way that maybe other people can't, but I'll tell you what happened. This is $124.98, this juicer. I ordered it on May 2nd, 2021, and I had one of those quick coupon savings thing that you clip on Amazon. It was $60, which was great. And then I had a code for another amount off, another $37.49. So guess what? I got a $124.98 juicer for $27.49. How cool is that? So if this one works, it's going to be a great deal. This has 2 speeds on it. They call it soft and hard. We're going to obviously use the hard. We're going to do celery, and the soft one may or may not be strong enough to do things like apples. So let me just show you the parts quick. So we have the screen. I like the black plastic in here because it doesn't stain like the ACOC one that I had. And it's full screen all the way around, inside and out. Auger's not as big as that other Orfeld, but that didn't seem to make a difference in that one. It was terrible. So I'm going to dry this off a little. So that's the auger. This is the chute. Pretty small chute. You know, can't fit a whole lot in here. But we'll see how it goes. I'm comparing it to my Omega NC800. And I'm also comparing it to that ACOC juicer that I already did. That had a bigger chute in it, as I recall. So I'll just assemble this. This is the chute where the pulp comes out of. We just put it in here, twist it, and we put this tray on top. And we've got our pusher, and we've got the pulp catcher and the juice catcher. So it's nice, it's got measurements in ounces and in mLs. That's going to sit right there, and the pulp catcher will sit right there. So let's turn it on and let's begin. Putting in 2 to 3 celery sticks at a time, just depending on the size they are. This is 3. So far it's going through just fine. Put it on reverse for a second to just back up a little bit. That's caught, not much. You have to hold the reverse button on. So it's kicked up a bit of celery there. That's normal for all the juicers. There's nothing wrong right there. It's very quiet while you're not using it, but it's on. The motor is pretty quiet, but you can hear it gets a little noisy when the celery goes through it. Sounds like it's struggling. The engine will slow down when it's under stress and load when you're pushing the celery in, and then you'll hear the pitch go up once it's not stressed anymore. That's very similar. It's really all the cheaper juicers are like that. You don't have that at all when you've got the Omega juicers. I'll put it on soft so you can hear what it sounds like. So that's much slower. And you wouldn't want to do celery with that. So, this is okay as far as the dryness. I'm going to try to put it through a second time because on the ACOG juicer I was able to do that and it worked great, and I was able to get more juice out of it, whereas on my Omega I can't put through any kind of pulp second time around. If I do that on the Omega, it just backs up and just goes glug, 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 glug in here, and you don't get anywhere. So let's try and put this through and see if we get any more, and if it will not kick it up. Yep, getting quite a bit more juice out. I didn't empty it the first time so we can measure it, but you can see it. And it only takes a second to do, so it's worthwhile, I think. This is a nice dry rope where you've gotten really everything out of it that you can. For $27, what I paid at least for it, this is a great little juicer so far, at least for celery. See if you can snag one of those $60 deals off. You know, check every day on Amazon and see they change all the time, but there'll be like a little red, sort of a little red square right near where the price is where you can clip an automatic coupon, and that was how I got this. Okay, so now we're going to go on to do some of the soft produce that I have to see how well the juicer does soft things. It did very well with the celery. And I'm hoping to find a juicer that can do both of them well. I would say that my Omega NC800 does not do both of them well. It really does well on the hard things, but not good on the soft things. It's a big mess. It all backs up into the chute, and you can't put the pulp through twice to try to wring more juice out of it. The ACOG one that I reviewed on my channel, that one you can do both things with, so that one I really liked. And this one I'm hoping to find that it'll do soft stuff just as well. So I've got 2 cucumbers, 2 carrots, a piece of turmeric, a kiwi, and an apple. All I do with the apple, I don't peel the apple, but I do remove the seeds by just using one of these corer things. So let me get these apples out of here. And I'm going to cut up the cucumbers because they're going to be too big to go in full. I'm going to cut them down lengthwise. Probably into like pickle slices, one more cut, just to make it easier. They smell so good. I love cucumbers. So nice in the summer to have cucumber juice, cucumber, carrot, apple. Turmeric in there for health and for inflammation. Carrot sweetens it up, and of course the apple sweetens it up too. I'm going to be having a lot of cucumbers in my garden this year, and so I'm definitely going to be juicing them. These were organic ones that I purchased because it's going to be a while before my cucumbers are ready. I don't plant them until the end of June. I just plant them directly into the ground. Okay, so let's start out and see how we go. I completely cleaned out the juicer and the screen before I did this so that there was no celery clogging anything up, so it was a fair test and so it wouldn't back up. You definitely need to use the brush that came with it, but it was very easy to clean, and the holes seemed to be completely cleared without anything fancy, so that was really good. Okay, so let's turn it on soft and see how far we get. I mean, I think this is like a little underpowered, the soft setting. So let me turn it up to hard and see how we do. It goes in better. So I can't imagine what you would use the soft setting for. It's got a suction on it. There we go. Let's try some carrot. Do a little bit at a time. I'm going to try this kiwi. This is really very mushy. Let's see if it can get that in there. It's not doing any self-feeding on this machine, but that's normal. Most of them don't. If it's a horizontal auger juicer. Oh, that went right through pretty well. Apple. It is pulling a bit of a suction on these softer things, a little hard to pull this out. Definitely have to put some downward pressure on it. It just chunks it off a little bit at a time. If I don't push, nothing happens. It just rolls around, which is normal for carrots in any juicer. Except the vertical ones. The vertical auger juicers will do carrots a little bit better. Put some more cucumber in. You have to hit reverse on this. You have to hold it. Well, that's not doing much. I may have to put a carrot in to smush it down. Let's see if I can get it. I'm just trying to dislodge that cucumber that was there. The carrot. Okay, I'm going to put the turmeric in now. Turmeric is pretty soft. It stains really, really badly. So if you've got white parts on the juicer or lighter color, you're going to get staining. And it'll get on your countertop and stain it also. And you can only get it off with like Clorox, straight Clorox. So it's backing up a little bit, I would say. You know, not perfect. More apple. And the last of the cucumber. this is coming out in little log sections. And the last of the apple. And we're done. Let's see how dry this is. The carrot's very dry. Cucumber's a little bit wet. I'm going to put some of this through again and see how it works. So let's put this, try to get some of this cucumber through again. Just taking the pulp and the carrot, but most of the cucumber. It's pretty wet. It's pretty wet, so this should squeeze out more juice. It is squeezing out a little bit more. It's not backing up the way my NC800 Omega does, so that's good. I don't know what's with that machine, why it won't let you put the pulp through a second time. So this will bring it out one last time and leave our pulp pretty darn dry. Which is what you want, because you just don't want to waste juice in the pulp. It's a little slow at the bottom here to take that last bit in. I'll try the reverse and see if it pushes it back. Whoa, that is pushing it back. Give it one last go. It's better. Not every inch of it, but it's pretty good. And carefully put the end of the brush in and push the rest of it through. Wow, look at the pulp, how cool. Let's see, can you see that? Here. Very nice. Little balls, I should say little logs. And they're not bone dry, but they're pretty dry. So here's our juice. A little bit of foam, but not horrible. You can strain this through a sieve if you want. Pulpiness doesn't look too pulpy, but it always helps to strain it through the sieve. So there you have it. That is how the Orfeld juicer does softer produce, including carrots, which are a little bit harder. I don't recommend using the slow setting. That just seemed good for nothing. A juicer has all it can do to keep up one of these lesser expensive juicers. They just don't have the motors that are as strong as some of the more expensive juicers. So to put a slow setting on there just seems kind of pointless. So if you get this juicer, this one, you want to use it on the hard setting, which is the higher speed. I would say the cleaning was pretty easy. The chute is a little bit narrow, quite a bit narrower than that other one I tested, the red juicer, the other Orfeld, but that was horrible. I couldn't do celery at all on that. So since it doesn't, I'm not testing any juicers that don't do celery well. I'm not fully testing because I really can't. If it gets stuck and you can't even get it through, then it's a fail. So this one, made by the same company, is much better and better design. Doesn't have the little flap to keep the drips off, but none of them do that I've ever used. That was really the only one other than a vertical juicer. So this is a huge bargain. It was for me, at least. $27.49 for a $124.98 juicer. So if you can find bargain on this on Amazon, maybe one of the coupons that you can clip, the one I found was $60 off, and that was on May 2nd. I haven't followed them that closely to know if they do this on a regular basis or not. They probably do, or maybe they do when they're going to change models or something. Haven't heard that about this, but I think it did a great job for that price. It's definitely worth it if you're going to just have a backup, or you want another family member to have their own separate juicer to do their own thing in, and they can clean it and whatever. It's a great bargain for that. Between this and the iCock juicer, I like the iCock just a little bit better, but I don't like the plastic, the softness of the plastic in the parts that are in the iCock. They get stained with the turmeric root, and I just don't know if they'll last as long. I like the strainer, seemed a lot stronger to me when I was cleaning it. It seemed like it wouldn't fall apart. So really, they're just neck and neck, I would say. Whatever you can get the better deal on would be the one to buy. If you're looking for an inexpensive juicer, and you don't want to spend, $300 or $400 on one of the Omegas or any kind of vertical juicer. The vertical juicers are no good for celery unless you want to sit and cut the celery in 1/8 inch pieces, which is like not my idea of anything. I need to, if I'm going to juice this every morning, I need to be able to just get up, throw the sticks in, and be done with it. I'm not going to sit around and cut it, so I don't want any vertical juicers. I have a Tri-Best Slow Star, but it gets so bound up, even with other things, not just celery, but it gets bound up inside. The chute stops bringing the pulp out, and you gotta take it all apart and clean it. It's just no good. When I finally got the horizontal auger juicer, I was so happy because there was none of that. It's super easy to clean, much easier to clean than the vertical ones, and if you get the right one, you can do soft and hard stuff equally well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm going to take a big drink of this juice and then hand it over to my husband so he can finish it. And if you like this video and you want to see more videos on the inexpensive juicers, all the usage and assembling and the results, like and subscribe, and you'll be on our list to get notifications when we put up a new video. Thank you.